Make sure this is live there. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome. We are starting the live stream here for Full Send Racing. Just give it a few seconds here. We'll bring in everyone and kind of talk about the future of Full Send Racing and what's been going on in the past with Apex and a few other things. If you guys have anything in the chat, I see you guys up here. Let's go ahead and any questions, comments, or anything like that that's going along the way there, we can just say what's up. But here we got some people in here. Let's go ahead and bring everyone on in. This is the heart and soul of Full Send Racing. What's going on, guys? How we doing today? Everyone good?
What up?
That's good.
All good. Waiting for this snowstorm on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, if you guys haven't followed the news, like we have a snow apocalypse happening. Today was like a 48-degree day. I personally went out and was riding just to get my last jollies in before we get like, I don't even know, anywhere from 1 to 23 inches of snow coming over the weekend here. So definitely not looking forward to that. Yeah, it might be apocalyptic. Who knows? Russia, I don't know. There's like 33,000 feet of snow buried underneath there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was at the beach earlier, so there's that.
I don't even like. Yeah, you West Coast guys, like I don't even want to hear it. Like it's not even fair in that sense. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about yourselves, and we'll kind of go forward from there.
Start off, Jay.
All right. I'm Jay Avery. I'm from San Diego, and I grew up skateboarding. So when I ran into an electric skateboard, I was hooked. Super scary at first, but did that. End up, joining a group with my buddy Jimmy Robinson. It's a Sickness San Diego, and started doing group rides, stuff for the community, and kind of like it drove like my passion for this stuff. I mean, I became like a straight crackhead. Then now I'm getting into EUC, and I met these guys a couple years ago, and we started doing some races, and then Full Send was born out of that. So yeah, that's where we're at right now.
That's awesome.
What's up, Cuban?
Let's go ahead, Cuban. Yeah,
been in the scene for a minute. Started DCE skate. Man, 10-year anniversary this year. We got big things cooking, big rides cooking. So between that and working a few different races for the last few years, Full Send's here, baby. Bringing racing to everybody across the country.
Nice. And Alex, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Oh, I think you muted. There you go.
Let me unmute it. I'm Alex. I'm with DRT Racing. I've been doing timing and scoring pretty much past 10 years. Anywhere from grassroots level all the way to the highest level. So we're bringing EUC, e-skate, and the electric racing to the world. Legit racing.
Where are you at right now? What are you doing right now?
I'm actually in my van. You caught me in between. I should be with my boys all setting up at Anaheim too. If you guys want to follow along, it's we got a race team out there. It's called the Privateer Paddock, and we literally just support the guys that need support. So follow along the Privateer Paddock. We got B-Ray, we got Braden Spangle, Trey Fierro, we got Clement Briat, and we got Justin Aragaki. So give those guys a follow. And
Mr. Worldwide, Alex is always on the move.
Let's say all over the place there.
Always on the move. Can't catch it.
So what? Let's just kind of dive into this thing. So what is Full Send Racing? What is the difference between like these electric racing and traditional motorsports in general? I know a bunch of you guys can touch on that too. And how much more accessible is this per se than typical traditional motorsport racing in that sense?
Take it,
yeah. So someone jump in here. So what is Full Send Racing, and how is this different from just I guess your typical traditional motorsport style?
Man, Full Send Racing is to us, just the next level of racing for PEVs across the country here. We bring a wide dynamic of backgrounds between Jay, Alex, and myself. We've all been in different industries for the longest time, and we all have knowledge and connections to be able to bring together what we have so far. We had, really big success with our first race, just, bringing in two totally different dynamics of e-moto and moto that Alex brings to the dynamic. and that was the first time we've ever had like a full-on different community come in to see what the EUC and what the e-skate racing scene is like. So it's a beautiful thing, and we're just starting, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And it's, you know, these brands, e-moto brands for sure, are seeing this and they're like, we want a piece of this action. So it's going to be fun.
It's definitely the e-motor thing. I mean, the track itself was kind of crazy looking. You guys raced at Apex this past event. Can you guys explain like what is going on? Like what's this whole dirt jumping thing? Like I was like, what is actually happening? There's people flying on EUCs. There's like they're going skateboards. They're like jumping. Like that's crazy. Like what was this tabletop thing all about here?
So our e-moto races were kind of a dual platform. There was asphalt and dirt part of their laps, and then this year, I think that's Chloe. After the event, we had some open track, and some of the guys and gals got out there and tore it up a little bit on the dirt. So yeah.
So was this whole jump situation like, you know, going from dirt to track, was this during the live race? Like there were multiple people hitting this jump at the same time, just kind of like dirt bike racing in that sense?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yes,
insane.
we had full blown. Yeah, we had the full blown supermoto setup, right, where it was the asphalt, which is the pavement, and then transitioning into the dirt. And Apex has a legit proper dirt section, right? These guys are professional racers that race there and train there. So literally, everything's built. It's they weren't the jumps out there, the biggest triples, nothing like that, but it's enough to train on, right? So when you guys have something out there and you want to go train, you go train on something like that, right? And then you can pretty much ride any bike on it.
Yeah, I mean, jumps aside, like going from dirt to asphalt, just in general, like your tires, all that stuff is just like that's a totally different skill that you need to rely on there, and that's kind of crazy to see people hitting even just this little tiny tabletop on there. That's nuts. And then obviously you guys had
Right.
like other kind of like stunt riding as well too. Was that just kind of people just showing off in the parking lot?
Yeah, so we like you said, we're tapped into the industry, so we had our friends out there. Mike Metzger came out and he did a lunchtime Metzger wheelie contest, right? So this is what you're looking at right now. That's Jamie Bratt, right? So she's a
Shout out to
up
Jimmy
and
Brett.
coming, yep, up and coming ripper, and she's very famous out there in the street world, doing what she does best right there, right? Just looking good on a bike and making the brands look good, right? So the racing, sorry, I wanted to throw it out there during the racing side of it.
Yeah.
um this is like, to me, this is like what Harley and Indian did 100 years ago, right? They had they developed these motorcycles, and then from there they went racing. Well, what we had E-Ride Pro jump in as a sponsor majorly, kick off the racing side. They got Tim Ritson as their mechanic, fielding guys like Trevor Stewart, which are, factory Stark riders. These guys are legit riders, put on a full-blown race team, getting Warp 9 wheels, decking them all out with slicks, getting all the suspension dialed in. I mean, it was like a full-blown super cross program, you know what I mean? So then on the other side, we had the Altis with Mike Metzger, and then we had Kenzai, which you saw over there doing the no-hander on in that dirt section. So the level of racing was top notch, right? So
Yeah.
it was
It
great to
shows.
see.
I mean, these are crazy photos from Smalls, and obviously your content creation team out there was pretty awesome. But yeah, it was wild to see this part of it because in a lot of the e-skate racing, or I'm sorry, just the PEV racing in general, we don't. It's all track-based situation. You were going from really much parking lot situation to now getting onto go-kart track to now having this dirt incorporation inside there. I know for a fact that a few one-wheelers that have been reached out to me, and they're like they want the dirt style stuff as well as the track stuff. They think that this probably would be a pretty kick-ass little event there, being able to transfer from both and hit jumps and whatnot, because those guys they do a lot of downhill racing as far as the PEV stuff, but they would love to be
Right.
incorporated in these type of events and hit these dirt areas and then transfer over to street and asphalt too.
Right.
So
Nice.
why is like electric racing in general blowing up right now? I mean, you kind of see, like you said, E-Ride Pro, Altis, and stuff like that. Why do you think these companies are starting to take off now versus, years ago, like you said, Harley, Indy, Triumph, all those companies that were building those motorcycles back then? That's kind of faded out. Now it's going more towards this electric riding. In that sense, what do you think is all that about?
I think the sport itself, it's still niche as it is, but it's starting to grow so dramatically that like the manufacturers are realizing that if they if their machines perform in the right hands, it develops legitimacy to their machines, and if they can handle what we're doing out there and the racers that are pushing them as hard as they push them, then they can convert. So I think that's a big factor in what's going on with the racing scene right now.
Yeah, I think
that
another thing that we can kind of throw in here is that, like, Kensei is what, 13, 14 years old?
15.
Like 15. These kids are young out here ripping. Like, our pro e-moto class, Jace Dill, he's like, how old is Jace?
Oh, Jace is probably, I think he's 12.
Jace is
12 or
12 out here
13, yeah.
beating full-on adult-ass dudes.
Yeah.
But that's another cool thing that this community brings in. Like, we can get little kids out here that, they're the future of racing. Like, it's crazy to be able to have the platform to showcase this talent. It's pretty cool.
I remember growing up and seeing like Travis Pastrana, right? I mean, throwing back here, being a part of, and like I think he was under 16 or 17, and he was young for his age, and he was able to literally uh, win X Games and all this stuff, like growing up and seeing that sense. Like, so having 13-year-olds go out there and beat just straight pros and stuff like that is kind of hilarious in that sense. I'm trying to find the image here. I think this might be him, but
Yeah, he was out there ripping that wheelie contest also.
was he? Is that?
That's Kensei.
Yeah.
Is
that him?
No, those are the juniors. Those are
Okay.
the juniors and Archie.
All right.
That's like the spectrum right there, right?
Yeah, everybody's coming in.
60-plus-year-old dude, and you got 8-year-olds. That's Mike Metzger's son right there, right? Max?
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Max.
Yeah, not Max. That's Sid. Yeah, Sid.
Yeah, me too. And then you have Rocha's.
Sid, we got little Rocha. We got the little Rocha. So,
yeah,
you'll be seeing that one too. I mean, he rips.
Yeah.
When you watch him in the moto in the dirt, yeah, he's winning all that stuff too.
Yeah.
It's it is. I think also like the price of entry on some of these bikes. I mean, E-Ride Pro is what, $3,000 roughly, something like that.
Yeah, you could get the mini. I believe it's roughly around $3,500, and I want to say the other ones are roughly in the 4,000, 4,500 range.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems with less maintenance and less everything like that going that way, it seems like it's something that a lot of people can start getting into, and not only just dirt bikes and electric motor racing and stuff like that, but e-skate in general as well too. I mean, companies we were talking about this off camera here, but companies being able to create factory teams, kind of like the F1 Formula style situation, where we'd be able to have these bigger e-skate racing teams, kind of also, I guess, what InMotion has done, where they've created their own factory team. But releasing a board and having that team of like 5-6 dudes on that board, and being able to go to every single event that's available now, and being able to hit those events. What do you guys think of as far as the industry in that sense? Like, do you think that's like gonna kind of where it's gonna start going towards?
I think what you're seeing with InMotion right now, where they're really intentional about the way that they're presented on the track and the way that they have the team camaraderie and are going out there and really representing the manufacturer. I think that's what future of electric racing looks like. So honestly, we're in the infancy of the sport right now, right? And so, like, Full Send is more than just another race league trying to throw races. I think that what we want to do is we want to build a platform upon which we can create standardization in the sport, right? Lay the groundwork for like real legitimacy. I mean, like, look at them, like they're her team out there. Look at them. But like where like racers and spectators come to these racing events, and the whole experience feels standardized. Like, you go to a football game, or you go to NASCAR, you know what the rules are, you know what the expectation is. There's consistency, right? And so
Yep.
I mean, even Alex and Jonathan and I were talking about it the other day. We'd like to see like a central governing body emerge from this, and really, like, hopefully we can cultivate that and define the rules and regulations of the sport, and really like shape like almost like a unified future for the sport, where like every race, no matter what league you go to, feels like a bigger part, like a part of it, like a bigger whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think that'd be a solid situation, is essentially having some type of guided rules or just formatted situation. I mean, they have their names on the back of their leathers, the names on their EUCs. They show up looking proper. I mean, it's
I think that's
it's
what the future
definitely
looks like
worthwhile.
now.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree. We saw them race, a few times with you guys and whatnot. And when they show up, that's going to be a serious contender in that sense.
Yeah, and that's kind of what
Yeah,
we want to push manufacturers, to compete against each other, to build better products just for everybody. It'll grow the sport completely when you have, you have a OMW race team, you have a Propel race team, you have a Acetec race team, a Meepo race team, Stooge race team. You have all these, teams out here. You have a full
GRT race team.
GRT race team. Yeah.
Better watch out, guys. I'm gonna go field some factory car racers.
Whole grid
I
of
mean,
just teams. Like, I
good
see
for
that.
the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah, that not only grows the sport, right, but then it grows build quality, it grows safety. You know what I mean? And when I think competition drives all of that. So yeah.
Yep, 100%. And if you guys could look back and look at all the photos, I mean, we've been the guys in the back end driving the safety, right? You look at all the photos now, everyone's got at least a DOT helmet, and that was one thing we said, look, guys, these guys are ripping, right? I see it all the time, right? I see crashes all day long, right? So I'd rather see someone crash with proper equipment than crash with like a skateboard lid, right? Or something that's just not rated for the level of competition that these guys are at right now. I'd say shoot, that last race we had over at Full Send, we had legit factory pro supercross motocross racers, road racers, and when they saw the EUC and the E-skate guys out there, they were blown away at the level of competition that those guys were going, right? So it's kind of like the EUC E-skate guys looking at these guys ripping on those E-motos, right? It's like it takes lots of practice to make a bike do that, right? But then for these moto guys to look at the EUC and the E-skate guys, they were,
Beating their lap times.
yeah, exactly. Blown away looking at the lean angle that you guys were rolling at, like, and getting to the speeds and being able to stop on a dime, and not only stop on a dime, but go elbow to elbow right on turn
Yeah.
one, and
I think we're creating like
keep doing
a
it.
lot of
So
healthy competition, but inspiring a lot of people, riders and spectators alike, right? Like, if this can be done, then there's something to reach for, right? There's that. So yeah, it's healthy.
You're 100%. It is wild. I mean, I remember my first time seeing an EUC and watching those guys like lean forward and take off, especially at the new P6 from InMotion that just got released. That thing, it hit 93, 95 miles an hour top end speed on that
Yeah,
thing.
something crazy like
wow.
that.
Something
Just
wild.
just like that's motorcycle level speed for something that weighs like 85 pounds or whatever it may be, and these guys are just on there also weighing 170 pounds, just ripping around. This thing is absolutely nuts to me. So I think I agree with you definitely on the safety level. I mean, that's massive. Having a DOT helmet, having that safety, having those the proper padding, it seemed like everyone was having a really good time on that in that sense, and being able to at least get that safety on the line there, because that is definitely a massive thing to have for safety regulations. I know a lot of people first years was kind of those grassroots. We weren't sure what to wear, weren't sure what
Yeah.
to put on there too. But now you got dudes showing up in the full DOT helmets, GoPro strapped on there, and just kind of ripping around on that sense as well too.
Yeah, and I think we're proud to be like part of making those rules to just keep everyone safe. I mean, there are some gnarly spills out there, and had they not been properly dressed up, the outcomes could have been different. I think also what's cool about Full Send is that it's more like a team, like an event for riders by riders, because we're all riders. We're not just some guys pulling the strings and be like, hey, let's do this. So like there's a greater sense of community there, where you come to a Full Send and you almost feel like this sense of like you belong to the club, right? Instead of you showed up to an event that someone's throwing. It's your event too. And like we listen to feedback, and that's the honest truth. Is like Jonathan and I have rewritten the rule books based on feedback from the communities, and next we're in the lab just typing away and doing that. So not only do you have a sense of community, but the community also has a voice, and I think that's what sets us apart from another race league or other race leagues.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Literally addendums to the rule book after every race, because we just poll the community, be like, what do you guys want to see change? What do you like? What don't you like?
Thanks, Tucker.
Yeah, we're very, very active in listening, and we take every piece of advice, everything that you guys say to us. We really do listen, and we
100%.
apply it when we believe it should be applied. So
yeah, we're not going to make everyone happy, right? But if it makes sense, then our ears are open.
Yeah, I mean that absolutely makes total sense in that sense, because listen, if you're not making the crowd happy, then they're not going to show up essentially. So that's kind of where we're at with that sense. Put that back there. So you talked about crashes. What was the biggest, scariest thing that happened at Apex? Was it just that one crash that happened on UC there?
Yeah, that was Morgan's crash. Was pretty gnarly down the straight. He completely blew up a wheel. I don't think I've ever seen a wheel explode like that before.
Right,
just the case, I mean, the battery looked like it was fine in one piece. It's just the case just kind of like came apart into two pieces. There was some gnarly stuff in the dirt section with the E-motos. But yeah, I think most of all, it was a pretty clean day. Not too much drama besides Morgan's excitement.
So this is, I'm just pulling up people. I'm just going through the questions here too. So stockboard class would be fun with all the production race inspired boards coming out. I think
so we will, haven't announced it yet, but I guess you guys will be the first to know. We will run another spec class race with Mo involved and get some spec boards out here. So we'll run a spec class this time at Willow Springs.
Dang, you heard it first.
You heard it first. Hear me?
Exclusive. Got that exclusive.
I did not know it was gonna drop right now. I was not.
I didn't either.
I don't think Mo knew either. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mo, you better get those decks ready, bro.
Yeah, he's sweating now. So that's great news.
Now he's
Spec
gonna
class
be busy.
racing. That's incredible news. Spec class racing is good.
Yeah, spec class racing. That's the best, right? That's when it's all about the skills, right? So everyone's on the same board. I'm sure Mo will let them tweak, I guess, tightness and stiffness, right, on some of the things. But other than that, it's going to be pretty much battle of who's got the best skills. That's what I like to see.
And I think I heard Jay maybe say that it would be weight classes.
Yeah, we might do light and heavy or something like that. We'll definitely be
even the playing field even more, so we can get the Johnny Moonies out there racing with some more Johnny Moonies.
Me,
Johnny Moonies and the Jays.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Big boy, big boy club.
Jackson, because it is true. I mean, in any other fighting weight class or anything like that, for boxing and all those lines, you stay within your weight class. I mean, that makes total sense. For even F1 and stuff like that, they're measuring these guys, weighing these guys before and after to make sure that there's no additive in that sense. So it makes total sense to be able to have a light class, a heavy class, and whatever it may be in that sense. And as being a 220-pound guy myself, that would definitely be nice to be able to definitely be on that in that sense. Someone just put up here, Ace new boards. Any thoughts? You guys have seen the new Aries X5 that just dropped?
It's a pretty gold. That X5 is looking pretty nice.
Yeah.
If I was
I'd
smart,
like
I
to
would
see
have
them
brought it
try
here.
to get
But
an Ace Tech team out there, man.
Yeah.
Showcase
You
those
know,
boards.
The time is right. You know, a lot of these companies are starting to release and produce race boards, and
A lot of people are
we're the
releasing right now.
platform for you right here. We're the test bed.
Yeah, all you manufacturers out there, I see a lot of new, e-dirt bikes, a lot of new race boards coming to Full Send. We got you.
Yep.
I think that's a major thing, especially is that new companies are coming out with new spec boards designed to handle the track, designed to handle the streets, and be able to hop on there. I know I don't know if Grant is still in here, but Grant was one of the guys that picked up the Lin Power the One race board and went to your guys' race and placed on podium. I mean, that was like his second time ever being in a race event, and it was his first time, I think, being on that board in a race event.
Yeah.
And that just goes to prove it. I mean, that's an insane thing to happen. A completely stock board with just getting out there and ripping up and placing on there. So he was he got the bug. He's
Congratulations.
Honorable mention. He flew from DC all the way to Cali to do that. So
yeah,
correct.
He's coming back.
East Coast represent.
Coming to Willow.
Dang!
East
Oh,
Coast
was that the deck that I babysat for like a month and just
he
it
shipped it
was,
to you.
man, I didn't know what was in it, man. It could have been like 40 kilos right there. It was a heavy thing. And here I am just like transporting it all over LA, you know.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Yeah, shoo.
Supposed to keep down the secret.
Yeah, that thing was heavy.
So here's a question. I know that Willow Springs is your next event, but actually this kind of launches us into maybe the future conversations here. So where do you see Full Send going beyond Willow Springs? Is there anything you guys can give information towards, you guys leaning towards, as far as like dates or anything like that coming up in the near future?
I think
and
that
do you think there will be something in the Midwest?
I don't. The future is hard to determine. I think Willow Springs is going to be excellent. I think that if you ever thought there was perfect conditions for a track, this is it. It's brand new. The asphalt's butter. I think that we should go back to Apex this year because it's a really unique track with the dirt and the asphalt. Willow's is going to be awesome, and I think that as this league develops interest, we will definitely look at traveling around and getting everyone out there.
Yeah, I mean Willow Springs looks like a gorgeous course. The first time I kind of like went and looked at the track, it looks fast. It looks very, very fast comparatively, I think, to maybe Apex. Apex had like one good long straight, if I'm correct, and then this one
they had two back-to-back long straight, so it was pretty fast too. Because they had a long straight on the back, but then when you turn, you had another straight on the front side. So it was two back.
So in that sense, are you guys going to be sticking with the go-kart style track system? Are you going to incorporate more short tracks in that sense in the future? Do you think that because I know personally long tracks hitting speeds above 40 miles an hour is terrifying for any new racer, but having something like the Eastgate Con Llama Lot, where it was obviously not a parking lot, but a shorter, smaller track situation where top end speeds were probably closer to 35-ish miles of top end in there. Is that something you guys think about maybe doing in the future for maybe the spec classes or whatever it may be?
I think fortunately, Willow's is actually probably a third shorter than Apex was. So you're getting closer to a medium low track, but there's been a lot of interest in short track. That was really popular when we did Electrify. So yeah, I think that we'll switch it up.
Nice.
Maybe we'll add a jump in between.
Or what about those Joker laps, Jonathan?
Yeah, we're gonna do Joker laps, man. Joker laps are coming, baby.
I think we're gonna do that at Apex.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what a Joker lap is, the beauty of Apex is you have paved course and a dirt course. So say we do a 6-lap race, it's going to be mandatory that at one point during your race, you're going to have to do the dirt section.
Yeah, buddy.
Joker lap. So out of the 6 laps, the 1 lap is going to have to be a full course through the dirt. And you can choose whenever you want to take it.
That's
Yeah. We're gonna do some wild
that
stuff,
brings
man. You know,
I'd say
people
that
think
that
about
brings the
doing
playing field to a
Le Mans
complete.
style starts, just changing up the
Ooh.
game, doing stuff that no one's ever done before, and
No,
that
yeah.
racing
I
scene
think the
here.
Le Mans style starts is a killer idea. That's a sick idea
Yeah, they
because
do that.
you
They
know.
do that in Australia, EUC racing. I've seen
Oh, do they?
Le Mans style starts in some EUC racing in Australia, and I think it's freaking cool. I mean,
I agree.
we kind of
I
did it
mean,
with Electrify when we did
Yeah, we did New
race,
York.
a two Swift race, and we started Le Mans style. So everyone parked their boards, and we ran to it, jumped on, and it went off. I think it was fun, and I think we can bring a few different things like that to keep the racing entertaining and fun.
I think that boards like this would benefit from that. This is Mo's newest creation, where it's these go-kart style wheels on their setups on their V6s, and I think that would be obviously a major play for them to be able to do that in that sense.
See, Rux is already there with the uniform and everything. Look at that, dude.
Rux, he's always had that uniform. That's
Yep.
like his signature. He's just this look. It's smart. He has his downhill background style racing, just regular skateboard and stuff like that, and he knows what's up. So I think he won spec racing, the last spec racer or something like that. I think so, right?
Yeah. I mean, talking to Tucker during our race there, he said, I asked him, I was like, what do you think about these go-kart wheels? And he was like, I really think it's the future of e-skate racing. He says it's just, grippier. You can corner better, corner faster without sacrificing too much in weight and power. So it's cool to hear stuff from people like Tuck, who's, if you don't know Tuck, he's like a true genius engineer of everything e-skate. So to hear it coming from him is like, it's pretty cool to see that, there is still something new to look forward to in e-skate racing, and it's just going to continue to keep growing.
I will say I think I saw a comment on here. It looked like a joking comment here, but Acetec Lynn Power developed about 6 or 7 different trucks between them, and that's kind of something it's true. I mean,
keep evolving.
skateboarding in general, our entire lives have been traditional kingpin, reverse kingpin, and double kingpin, right? That's kind of been your standard. So, skateboarding, electric skateboarding, at least in general, is not your typical skateboard. These guys are hitting 65 miles an hour, and a double kingpin shouldn't hold that much speed in that sense. So, coming out with the 3-link system like Mo's, Rev boards designed their SwayLink stuff. There's a ton of different companies, especially this year alone, have developed and created their own trucks, and geometries and whatnot have completely changed in that situation, just from my review standpoint. So I agree.
Propel's got their own truck system.
Propel's coming. Yep, Propel's coming out with their brand new situation. Acetec also just released theirs. Lynn Power. So there's a bunch of different trucks that are coming out there. Tito's, their duality, his duality situation. That's
a lot of people using
absolutely epic. A lot of people use that because that stability and that ability to hit speeds while having hairpin carbs and stuff like that. And channel trucks too. So there's a ton of different stuff on here. I'm just reading comments as well too.
Yeah. You talking about
registration? Have any questions?
Open it up tomorrow. You guys excited or what?
Let's go get on there and register early. It'll be the only time it's this price. You guys learned last time. So, get on there.
So let's go ahead and talk about that. So sponsorships and getting in there as far as the registration. So registration starts tomorrow. The event is it's motorsportsreg.com / a whole bunch of stuff. It will be in your Full Send Instagram page, correct?
Yeah, it's on there now.
Yep.
Okay. So it is. That's right. I just clicked on it, so it's pulled up there. So Saturday, April 18th, 2026, Willow Springs International Raceway. It looks like a killer space. The price is what? You guys are doing a special discount tomorrow for early birds?
Yeah, it'll be $120 for super early bird.
Yep, super early birds.
Early bird, $120.
120.
And we'll definitely make it a lot more accessible to bring guests. So we'll announce those logistics as they arise, but definitely just plan on bringing your crew and don't worry so much about cost on bringing guests as you did last time. So we'll make that a little easier this time.
Yeah, and you can
Check it
camp
out. B-Ray.
camping, baby.
Yeah, B-Ray just had his baby.
Woo!
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got a
Hey.
message.
Yeah,
we've been waiting for the past
Oh,
day.
cheers to B-Ray. Cheers to B-Ray.
Yeah, B-Ray. Yeah, check him out. Check
Oh,
him
he's
out.
just
The
taking
Privateer
a
Panic
fireball
B-Ray.
now on a Thursday.
Yeah, congratulations to B-Ray and
You'd love to see
Bailey.
it. Congratulations, guys. New life in the world, a new
Awesome.
racer ready to be born on the
Hell
track.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but now they have that memory for life. They were live.
Yeah.
Dropping all the news.
I threw the link up in the YouTube chat for the registration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and then,
super early bird.
yeah, so talk about registration. So
Oh, we lost him.
We lost him.
Oh man, he got so happy talking about B-Ray's baby. Crushed his service.
So registration will be
Dude,
$120. Oh, there
He's
you
back.
go.
He's
There you
back.
He's back. He's in. He's out.
no, I've been here. Sorry.
Turn on your Starlink, bro.
Yeah, Starlink. Take the Starlink out of the trunk, Alex. We can't hear you.
Elon Musk, if you're watching, we'll take Starlink service for the races.
So AP Skate
we
says,
will-
does Willow Springs charge initial fee at the gate on top of the race ticket? Is this something that's gonna be
So
happening?
as a racer, you will not be charged an additional fee at the gate. We are working on, I think you guys will be happy. We won't announce it just yet, but like I said, I kind of hinted to guests having really good accessibility. So look forward to that news coming out because it'll be a lot different than it was at our last one.
Cool. Here's another one. What is the easiest way to travel to Willow Springs? I don't know.
Car.
Ride your skate, bro.
Ride your EUC and a backpack. Check it out. So let's talk about that real quick. Super early bird registration is $120. It opens at midnight tonight. It'll only be that price this time, and it'll only go up from there. It's a brand new track, guys. So it's not a cheap track, but we're making sure that at least you have the opportunity right off the gate if you commit early to get in there at this price. Again, bringing guests will be really accessible. And they'll also be camping and real flush toilets and bathrooms, clean ones. There's also a restaurant on site that has air conditioning. It's a nice spot. You guys are gonna have a good time. So bring the party, bring the noise, bring the vibes.
Yeah,
that's sick. The camping on site, that's crucial because you got people that necessarily just don't even want to throw that extra money out there, so they can go ahead and just park up and park on site and wake up and have a great time.
Yeah. One thing we haven't really spoken about or talked about is we're really open to having companies come out and set up booths and create a whole atmosphere where, if you want to come out and show off your products and even work in some demo time for you on the track during, our lunch break or between races, give you, get people out there on your boards for a few laps. Hit us up. We're open to getting you guys set up and getting you out there on the track with us. Like we said, we want this to be a big community thing and get more people out there to have fun and enjoy racing.
Yeah, ultimately, like we want eyeballs on the sport to help us grow this sport into, the stage that it deserves, right? And these guys are all athletes. These guys are training twice a week at the intros and in their neighborhoods, and they're training just as hard as bigger legitimate sports. And I think that's what we're trying to develop here. So brands, if you guys want to come activate booths and display product and do demos, we're there, and again, we're in the infancy stages of our league, so we're not asking too much, but hit us up and let's chat.
Do you guys have a title sponsor for Willow Springs yet?
What was that?
Do you guys have a title sponsor for Willow Springs yet? Do you have anything?
We do not have a title sponsor for Willow Springs yet. We do have a new sponsor. We like seeing these non-endemic sponsors come on board. So we do have a hydration sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut, and they're going to bring a pallet of stuff, and you guys stay hydrated and not get a bunch of cramps like last time. Seeing you guys stretching out your hammies last time,
Yeah.
not drinking enough water. So we got the coconut juice for you.
That's major. Definitely major to have this sport. Obviously, it's niche within a niche within a niche. So having more exposure, more eyes on the sport from things like that, where you have sponsors that are completely outside of this whole situation. I mean, be a beautiful thing to have Red Bull one day pick it up and be able to have that situation where you got those major sponsorships and ESPN's kind of showing us off in that sense. But grassroots to full on spec racing that we got going on now. I think this has been
Or Ghost,
a fantastic start to it all.
or Ghost,
Or Ghost, yeah.
Ghost. Hit us up, Ghost.
Ghost.
You know what would be cool is if we look up back at this interview and be like, you remember these clowns who started this little race league? We're sitting on podiums and bleachers and on a really big track. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Zach, to answer your question, if you're not local to California, flying into LAX, it's a hour-and-a-half drive to Willow Springs. Hit up your buddies, carpool, stay in hotels together. If you need to ship your board somewhere, let us know. Shoot us a message. We'll take care of it for you.
That's actually a good question. Did you guys provide that for Apex? Did you guys have a situation where, other than Alex just holding on to a 40-pound kilo of God knows what substance for a few months?
We did. We had
logistics or something like that.
Yeah, we had Alex's has a UPS box that was close there to Apex, so we offered anyone that wanted to travel to ship their boards there, and we brought it to the track for you. We'll figure out a way to make it happen again for Willow Springs. So if you do want to travel and ship your board, just let us know, and we'll make it happen.
Yep.
We'll make it happen.
And Willow Springs, Willow Springs is pretty good. They have their own shipping and receiving also, so you can also ship things there, ship parts there. Willow is a little further from my house in Corona, so if you ship it beforehand, a week in advance, then it'd be great. But if it's like day before the race or something like that, I'll probably be up at Willow. Camping is great up there. Just now that you can hear me, just so you guys that haven't been camping over there, if you're thinking about camping, what you can do is book an RV online. There's many RV, kind of like an Airbnb, but it's literally for RVs, and they can bring it over there fully loaded, with water and ready to go, right? So majority of them have generators and all that stuff, so you're pretty much set. If you rent one of those and you rent one of those and split it with your buddies, it might be cheaper and more fun than a hotel.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, we can throw
someone
some on our Instagram and give you guys some information to be able to do that.
Right. What is the Instagram again, just so we can put that out there in case no one knows what that is?
It's Full Send Racing Series, all one. Full Send Racing Series.
Jerseys, we don't have jerseys yet. We have T-shirts and some other merch for sale.
Not jerseys just yet.
We haven't really discussed jerseys. We like teams to be able to come up with their own gear and wear whatever they want to wear. If they have sponsors, wear their sponsored gear and stuff like that. We don't really.
We did that. We did that at Electrify, and what happened was it was hard for the people who were sponsored, and more than half the riders were, to get their team logos and stuff on their new jersey. So I think we're leaving that up there right now, but I think that it's definitely some food for thought for the future.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do for now, I think we'll just leave it up to the teams to create their own livery. Obviously we would just want them to have either their last name or their number, right? Obviously we don't have any livery guidelines now, but we'll whip one of those up and kind of show you guys some examples of what other teams do. Super nice.
Perfect. All right. So anything as far as like camping wise, future plans or something like that, we can find that on Full Send Racing Series on Instagram. That's going to be the easiest way to contact you guys in the future.
Yeah, as we make decisions together as a team, we drop those pretty rapidly on Instagram, and so that's where to find us, where to find all the latest information.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. If you have any registration issues, you could just click that help button there, and it goes straight to us, right? So So if you could just ask any questions if you're having any problems getting through that registration. But majority of you that have already registered and raced with us one time through Motorsports Reg, your profile's already set up and it'll be so quick, right?
Easy.
So
Nice.
definitely, yep, easy peasy once you get your profile set up.
So let's just touch briefly on the future of Full Send. So where do you guys kind of see yourselves 3 to 5 years from now, and where do you want to go in that sense?
Keep on racing, baby.
Let's go. Yeah, I think 3 to 5. Let's say 5 years. There's a committee, a governing body that we're involved with that is a standardized rule set, and the sport is recognized by everyone, and like I said earlier, just like a bigger part of like a real league, NFL, F1, motocross, stuff like that. And so we can get that Red Bull Monster money. Let's go.
Man, we get to that level, we can buy our own racetrack and just host, straight up race series on one track all year round.
Yeah, just
bring it on
every once in a while.
Bring it on, everybody.
Are you guys planning on coming to the East Coast at all?
We, as things progress, and I'm going to be real honest, the East Coast doesn't have the racers that the West Coast has. Just being real.
And he's on the East Coast, so
I mean, just being real.
I'm on the East Coast too.
East Coast, come on, people, represent. Where you at?
Come on. I say the same thing too.
I got my DC homies. I've been pushing them to sign up to race, but it's just different on the West Coast. There's just 80% of the racing population on the West Coast, and it's easy to facilitate and to fill grids and
train
stuff.
year round. I mean, that's the most important thing.
A huge financial backer that wants to come to the East Coast. We're there, baby. We're here, we'll make it happen wherever we go. So
we'll make it happen anywhere. But yeah, like Drew said, like West Coast, you could train all year round. You don't put your board away ever. So you're in the streets, you're on the track, you're in a parking lot of intro, like whatever it is. You don't have the limitation of weather and that sort of thing. So I think that's why we're developing so much good stuff.
We got Matt Eastgate in the house. Brian, what's up, dude?
What up, Brian?
How many events are for 2026? So you guys obviously have one scheduled so far. What's the future looking like? Maybe back to Apex potentially?
Yeah, definitely back to Apex some point.
And at least another one after that. So
yeah,
we'll do a minimum of 3 this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe over a little bit to the middle of the country if we keep it close enough to entice these West Coast skaters to come across.
I mean, it would be
Utah's pretty nice, Colorado's pretty nice.
Exactly. Yeah, there's some beautiful stuff that's going on over there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some final kind of takeaways. We're winding down here. Anyone's got any questions or anything like that? If you want to throw it in the chat here, we've been going for about 47, almost 50 minutes here. So what? I don't think electric racing is a phase. I think that starting from boosted boards and Casey Neistat in New York City to what we are now, it has a crazy evolution spike, and I can only see this going upwards in that sense. What should newcomers coming to the sport of just racing in general, what should they be doing? Like, what's the know before jumping in style thing?
Just get out there, man. Like, that's step one. Like, committing and going to these races, going to these events. If you don't want to race, just go out and watch. Like, see what your competition is. Go see how the day flows. See how people's reactions are when stuff goes way they don't like. Life is always about throwing you curveballs, and you just got to go out and swing and a miss, come out again, baby. So, come out and see what the racing is like.
Yeah. I also think that, like you have in DC and New York City, we have a pretty big just PEV culture in general. So going out and meeting someone who has an EUC, who has an e-bike, who has a skateboard, being able to hop on that and try something out and having demo days. You can find that on Facebook, especially, and like the Intro to Speed local racetracks. There's a ton of them all over the world at this point now, from Australia to Europe to West Coast and East Coast in between there too. But being able to hop on Facebook, find that local chapter, that local group that's got those rides going, and just go and meet up with someone. I mean, I'm more than happy to obviously let someone just jump on a board and check it out and see what it's all about, just to get another pair of feet on a deck. So
Yeah, I'd
I
say
think
there's
that's
never a
what
perfect
matters.
time, right? There's never a perfect time to do it, and don't be intimidated by what you see, because we're a small community and we're always down to grow it. And I think that anybody you meet out there has the same passions as you do, and we're more accessible than you think we are. So come and meet us and hang out with us, and I think that you'll find that we all welcome you with open arms, and before you know it, you'll be on a thing wishing you did it a lot sooner.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
I
fastest
agree.
guy out there started where you were at, watching him, and
Exactly.
then they
We've,
tried
we've
it.
we've seen these racers all, like Exhibit A, Brandon Stevens, when he showed
Yeah.
up in Phoenix to race the first year at Electrify. He showed up on this little janky, I don't know what it was, Evolve, own board, something that he like built himself. Was racing straight up stock
He
beginner
labeled
stock.
it as a DIY.
Yeah, now he's on a stooge ripping with the pros, man. Like top 5 in all these races. Like,
It really has been a privilege to see these guys grow.
yeah, we want to see that progression, and
Yeah.
it's kind of awesome that the 3 of us have been there at the beginning to see it all grow. And like,
I mean, even James Cook, like, he started off kind of the same way, and then like what I say before we put him on podium, like he's most improved, right? Because now he's hitting podium and he's hitting these crazy speeds, and man,
60,
it's just like
60
watching
plus
these
club,
guys.
60 plus club.
Yeah, or just watching these guys like really evolve, right? Like get out there and have the grit to do it and be brave like that. Like that's an inspiration to everybody, regardless of whether you're in the sport or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I completely understand that. I mean, as a podium placement myself, first year at EastGateCon, no big deal or anything like that, novice class. But yeah, it's exhilarating. It's something that I mean, stock board from Ace Deck at that point, and never raced a day in my life, but just said, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'll go do it, and went out and did it, and it was it was the most exhilarating experience ever. I love, even today, I went out today, as freezing cold as it's been, just to set up a track and hit the grid and try to like see what a good pace could go around, and just enjoy that atmosphere of it all. Because if you are a racing fan or anything like that, this is definitely one of the easiest ways to get involved and truly enjoy these PEVs. And I mean, from what they were not even 2 years ago to what they are now, spec wise, is just growing exponentially. I mean, year over year, month over month, it seems like more and more people are dumping that out there. So, any final thoughts, any final questions from you guys or anything like that you want to talk about? Shout outs or anything like that. We're coming up to an hour mark here, I think. Probably,
Shout out to our boy Pete, working the X Games this weekend.
Well, what's up?
Should be back with us in April, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
he's
think win,
on
lose,
the
or
mountain
draw.
right now.
Win, lose, or draw, you're outside. So get out, come out, join us, hang out. It's a party. It's a vibe. So come help us cultivate this community. Come help us grow the sport. Come help us legitimize, this growing scene, and let's get this thing in the forefront.
Awesome.
Yeah. Drew, thank you for hosting us. Thank you for putting this on. Thank you for giving us the platform to come out here and talk about Full Send.
Listen, I will gladly and anytime be able to host and be able to talk about this, because I've been in this for about 4 or 5 years now, and it has brought me friendships that from all over the world, people that I now call family, and it's just a wild experience being able to say, when I was a kid hopping on a skateboard, bombing a hill, to being able to now jump on one and fly around at 50 miles an hour is just, it's surreal. So being able to be here and get to talk about this, be able to talk and spread the word and get community on it, it's absolutely awesome. So truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. Registration tonight, midnight. The link will be in Full Send's Instagram page, so please, early bird special, save yourself that extra money. Go ahead, sign up if you guys are in there, and let's go ahead and make this the best race event that's possible. All right. All right, guys. Until next time. We will see you guys later.
Gear up. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Always wear a helmet. All right. Peace.
See ya.